Hi, my name is Rachel Gualtieri, and I just finished the Silva program with Stephen Dobis, and I have to say, wow. I feel invigorated. I feel like a new person. I feel like I've calm and excited at the same time. It's been 4 days of pleasure. A couple of things, but one that sticks out the most is probably sleeping. My life has traveled me all over the world and in different time zones for the last over 20 years actually. And one of the difficult things I've had in the last 20 years is not being able to sleep, or lack of sleep, and waking up in the middle of the night. The first part of the course, the first 2 days, was separated by a week for the other 2 days, and during that week, I actually slept like a baby. I'm amazed because for 20 years I haven't been able to sleep, and now I've actually slept, wake up, and I feel good. For me, that's huge because I feel good at work. People have noticed too that I'm more rested, and it's amazing the fact that I actually have slept. Back to the sleeping for a minute. I've also dreamt a little, which I don't remember the last time I had a dream. So this is good. This is, I feel more restful. The other thing that I found for myself, I've tried buying tapes and going to different courses and that sort of thing, learning how to meditate. I've tried so many different things. I just can't sit still. I fidget all the time. And I found I can go into my alpha state in like seconds now, and I actually meditate. I mean, this is huge for me. So I'm calmer. People at work have noticed that I'm much calmer. I'm in a very hectic job, sales and marketing. So I'm calm. I mean, something I haven't been able to do, and I don't fidget anymore. So this is good. This has been a great course. I can't say enough about it. It's been, besides everything that we learned, just the things I've noticed just in these 4 days is my calmness, able to meditate, and sleeping. I mean, that's huge in just such a short time. So yeah, I encourage you. I've done a lot of self-help courses, and some are very good. I didn't know what to think of the Silva Method. I read the book. I read this Jose Silva's book, and I was intrigued, a little skeptical. And I encourage anybody who's considering it to definitely do it. It helps in so many different areas, and you can help other people as well as yourself. And I think it's just something that it should be taught in schools. Like I think this is something that everybody should learn. So yes, if you're considering it, I say absolutely. I encourage it, especially with Steve. Steve has been one of the type of instructors that really cares. And I mentioned that I've been to many courses and conferences and things like that. And one of the most difficult things that I've found in a lot of these courses was trying to link the how-to to my life. And with this Silva course that I just took, Stephen makes it very easy to be able to, connect the dots for us and how I can use it in my personal experiences. And that is huge for me because it's easy. You just follow the steps and it works. So yeah, this has been a great course. I'm looking forward to the follow-up. I'm looking forward to the emails. And yeah, 10 plus is what I rate it, for sure.
Stephen, I came just to reinforce my understanding of how to take more control of my life. And I've studied Silva outside, but I wanted a personal guide on how to use the techniques more effectively in my own life. So you have done a beautiful job with that. You made very complex concepts, that Einstein used and Tesla, and you brought it down to a level that was easily understood and integrated into my own life. And I could take those techniques and decide how I could improve my life and help those around me just by using the step-by-step formula and get into a comfortable place to create wonderful things for myself and others. Like, how do I take my goals, my dreams, and my hopes for myself and others and be able to create in this world? That's thanks to you, because you actually made it possible for us to come from all different directions throughout Canada and to meet here. And you were very gracious in welcoming each of us. And not only that, you took the time to send out emails to ask what it was, why we were using this course in our lives, and then you magically integrated it and were able to share examples, so that I think that each one of us felt like you were helping us achieve our goals. You were understanding what we were here in the course to take and study and be able to create in our lives. You gave us specific examples. You gave us support as well. I'm excited about that, and I'm excited also that you have put yourself out there and said you're going to help guide us. There's going to be phone calls that we can go on to get support from you, and even more guidance. So even though the weekend is done, the learning is still continuing, and it's an amazing opportunity. You go over and above what a lot of other courses in self-development or personal development do. So accelerate my growth. It's for my own benefit, and it's appreciated.
When I was growing up as a child, I was taught about creativity. I grew up with fairy tales and fables, believing myself to be a princess. As I started growing up, I realized the harsh reality, and I got sucked into it so bad that it was very difficult for me to get out and be real. I was always in this fantasy world. I started doing Silva like a year ago. After this program, I understood that being creative is the best thing that you could ever be. Imagining something good for yourself is the power to your own self. Being intuitive is a gift, and it changed my life. I realized that it's not fine to be real, it's fine to be your own self. And it's given me a new path of life. I'm achieving things, I'm more confident, I'm happy and content with whatever is there. I would want more things, but I'm not greedy about it. I'm just like, it'll come to me. I'm content in that way, and I've become better, and I know that I'm going to get better, and if there's ever a problem, I know that I'm going to find a solution. I've become like an optimist, and there's hope for everything in your life. So yeah. I was able to grow professionally. I traveled across a different country, and I'm setting up new steps here in Canada, and it was all because of Silva. I did programming for about 3-4 months. I started getting good grades. I convinced my parents to let me come abroad, which they weren't allowing me, like 15,000 miles away. They weren't ready for it. And I got out of a very bad, negative zone, and now I feel free. I feel loved. I feel happy. My parents were not willing to send me to Canada. They wanted me to get married, and to convince them that I don't want to get married, since I was already practicing dentistry back in India, and trying to convince them that to study for 4 years for more, and postponing my marriageable age, as what they would say, and trying to financial issues. We had a lot of financial issues, but then it just sort of, all the doors opened, click, 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 click. And before I knew it, within 6 months, I was here in Canada. It was like dream come true, like visa in 4 days, which normally takes a month and a half. It's like magical. And I thought of coming in May 2018, and I didn't get the offer letter, and I started doing programming, and I knew that it would come. I just didn't know how. I didn't want to come in September, because by then they would have probably fixed my marriage with somebody. So I was like, no, I want to go in May 2018. February, I got the offer letter. By 14th of March, I had the visa, and by 19th of April, I was here in Canada. So it's like magic. Practice, do good to people, because you have you can help somebody, so make use of that gift. And I believe that you've been given this gift, which if you use it, you have everything in the world, like everything. Think about it, you have it. It's yours. So use it wisely. Yeah, and getting something that's already inside you, and knowing your own self, like just getting your own old soul out and knowing what it is to like live in the world. I can't think of living my life without Silva. So yeah, it's how I direct my life.